Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're doing a first impressions video for the PS5. So we had to wait a week after everybody else to get it in the UK, but today is Friday, so I've had it about 24 hours. It got delivered yesterday at 10:30 and it's 10:28 now. So we literally had it for 23 hours, 59 minutes. And you can see we've got the box here. Again, it's only a very slight issue, but I do like to collect things. I don't know if you can see here on the video, it's really flimsy, the outer box. So I'm expecting if these go into like pre-owned second hands, I can't imagine a lot of them are going to come with the box because I was really careful not to rip that, but it's still really delicate. And if you haven't seen the box, there you go. It's quite a big box, not too different size wise to the original PS3. Now the first big thing when this got released was I was very worried that it was a white console. Didn't really like the look of it. Now I've got it here. Big thing, again, it doesn't come across well on videos or photos. It isn't particularly white. As soon as I took out the box, I said to Nikki, that looks great, and she said the exact same thing. Yeah, it looks pretty grey to me. It's definitely not a really clean white. It's quite grey. So I think what they've kind of gone for is not as dark as the original PlayStation was in that grey, but it's definitely not as white. So I kind of think it's a mixture between that white and grey. But if you think back to that original PS1, I've got one here somewhere. Let me just take it out. If you go back to that original PS1, if you remember that, or you even remember the slightly bigger one, it's kind of not, it's not white, it's that sort of in between grey and white. It's very similar to that. So if you're kind of not sure about the colour, you can kind of see from that just the difference. I mean, obviously that is the PS1 Slim or Micro, whatever you want to call it. I think it was just called the PlayStation 1. And you can see size-wise quite a big difference in size there. But yeah, so first off, straight away, I was a lot happier once I got it out of the box to see that it wasn't as white as I thought it was. So that was a massive positive. Controller wise, they've obviously gone for a slightly different controller. They've still got obviously this middle part of the controller here. That's a really nice little feature, the sort of the PlayStation switch, the like on off switch, menu button, pause button. It's actually in the shape of the PlayStation logo, so that's really cool. I don't know if you'll be able to see on here if it zooms in close enough. No, you can't really see on there, but the controller is actually made out of all the triangle, circle, square, X button all in the background there. You have to really look closely or zoom in with a camera to see them. The only thing I don't particularly like is the squaring off. So I don't know if you can see that there. It's kind of squared off. It's flat on the edges, which it doesn't make it too much too uncomfortable. It's just I wish it was kind of like the PS4 or the PS3 with that sort of smooth curved edge. But it's actually not that much bigger than the PS4 controller. I haven't noticed too much about the feedback buttons on the back so far. I've only been playing Assassin's Creed, so I need to try and play some Spider-Man and some of the other games to try and get a better feel for those buttons there. But again, I was quite worried about a white controller. It's not particularly white. I'd say it's definitely more of a grey. If I was selling it, I would sell it as a grey because it definitely looks more grey to me. And then overall kind of first impressions playing it. So I've been lucky enough to have every PlayStation console since the PS2 on launch day. And each time I've always felt like it's a new console rather than an upgrade. With the PS5, straight away, it was more a case of if you get that feeling when you get a new PC, everything runs quicker, it turns on faster, which is obviously, again, it's the same with a new console, but that's what it felt like. It felt like more of an upgrade rather than a new console. And I think it's going to feel that way for a while until we actually get a few PS5 exclusives, really, really big games that aren't going to come out on the PS4. And they've talked about it's going to be about a 3-year transition until that happens. So we've got a little bit of a while to wait until that happens. Obviously, it's fantastic. I mean, it loads unbelievably quick. I think the PS4 loaded Assassin's Creed in 55 seconds. This took 11 seconds. So, I mean, that's a massive difference already. I haven't seen what the PS4 Pro loads in, so it's going to be probably somewhere in between. But yeah, overall first impressions, a lot nicer than I expected. I didn't like the look of it when I first saw it. When you actually have it in the house, when you have it in front of your TV, it's not as big as you actually think. Compared, obviously, I play the original PS3 still because I still use it for PS2 games. It's in a similar size of that. It's not actually that much bigger compared to that. Slight frustration with obviously the discs. They kind of go in backwards. So when you look at it, the way you think it's going to go in, put it in the opposite way, basically. I know a lot of people have had issues with that. It's a little bit heavy, but you expect that because it's basically pretty much a PC. If you know, that's what it feels like. It feels more like a PC compared to, say, a new generation console. And I think Sony need to look at that and decide, are we going to stay on this route? Are we going to be a PC or are we a console? Because they're stuck somewhere in the middle at the moment. But like I said, my first impressions are really enjoying it. Everything loads a lot quicker. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of the Switch, so compared to that, it loads unbelievably quick. But compared to the PS4, loading a lot quicker than that. A lot nicer to look at. It's that more of a grey colour. So, and again, it looks a lot whiter in this video, but believe me, when you get it in the house, that's the first thing I thought was, is it discoloured? But no, it's definitely more of a grey than a white. So again, looks a lot nicer in person, I think, than it does in all the videos, all the photos you're going to see, which is a shame. Obviously, shops are closed because you can't go and look at them. But yeah, definitely probably try and have a look at it if you're not sold on how it looks or the size before you buy one. But those are my first impressions so far. So thanks a lot for watching the video. I'm going to play some Assassin's Creed. I'm going to do a review of Assassin's Creed coming up in the next week once I've got plenty of hours logged on that. But don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.